Hello everyone and welcome back to my US Diary official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Lee's place, Luna lies unconscious as Lee and Sheila look on. Sheila can't believe her granddaughter is alive. Sheila sensations that Lee saved Luna just as she formerly saved Finn. Lee tells her there are no guarantees. Sheila, speaking for all of us, asks why she did this given how she feels about her. Why did you save her? Lee sighs that knowing Luna's life was in her hands and the sanitarium shifted commodity inside of her. She was looking down at her poor bastard, her granddaughter. Sheila suppositions she could help herself. Lee confirms she was feeling for Luna, feeling perhaps she could be forgiven after all. Her selfish, medicine overran family defiled the girl. As Luna teetered between life and death, she decided to do everything in her power to save her. She'll rehabilitate her. Sheila states the egregious "you saved my granddaughter's life." Sheila asks why Lee didn't save Luna at the sanitarium where she has a platoon of croakers and nursers. Lee says if she did that, she'd go to captivity for the rest of her life. She nearly let her pass knowing that was her fate. Rather, she slipped her down an expedience of giving her a true chance at redemption. Now, it's a waiting game. The longer she stays unconscious, Lee trails off. She just needs her to wake up before it's too late. Will and Elektra make out in the main office. He tells her how sexy she's and talks snappily turns to Luna being gone thanks to his family. They agree that the croakers who saved him are icons. Across the hall, Bill tells Katie he'll always be indebted to Grace Buckingham. We'll see about that. Meanwhile, Ivy interrupts Will and Elektra's discussion about Luna to ask if it's true Liam will survive. Will exclaims, yes. Will leaves, and Ivy and Elektra convene to go over how hard it would have been for the jewelry developer to say farewell to Liam. Elektra feels the relief too knowing Luna is out of their lives ever. Hope and Liam rant in pace as they recap Grace scamming Bill out of $1 million. Liam roars, because I didn't have brain cancer. They call the Buckinghams a bunch of names and question why Grace didn't just go to the police. Liam's phone lights up, it's Finn letting him know the croaker turned herself in. Hope goes over what Grace put Liam through, and he realizes there's someone differently he has to call. Hope thinks Bill will want to kill the croaker when he finds out. Liam nods, yep, and calls his father to come home. After decoupling, Liam tells Hope that his pater will go nuclear. Talk turns to Luna being unfit to hurt anyone ever again. Bill arrives and asks what's going on. Liam walls, we've a story to tell you, and you're going to have a hard time believing it. His son alludes to Finn's questions and reservations before revealing that he was right. It wasn't true. Mistaking, Bill thinks Liam means he still has a excrescence. Liam explains he no way had one. Hope says the $1 million he wired was to pay off Grace's ex-husband's gambling debts. She made up the brain excrescence when he'd the brain bleed. It was a fiddle. Bill rolls and becomes decreasingly agitated as they detail the pitfalls against Grace due to Reese's gambling debts. Bill vows that the wine will pay and pay dearly. Grace Buckingham will wish that she no way met me. At Lee's place, she swears Sheila to secretiveness. Sheila nods and asks for a moment with Luna. Formerly alone, she tells her she's strong and has her blood running through her modes. She pleads with her to wake up. Predictably, Luna squeezes her hand. Sheila calls Lee and it's not long before Luna opens her eyes and grins, seeing Sheila and Lee together and beaming down at her. Lee and Sheila, overjoyed, gush that her grandmothers are there for her. In her apartment, Luna continues signaling the gun around, furious at Will for having betrayed her. She again threatens to get relief of Steffi. As Steffi, Finn, Elektra and Baker watch the live stream, Luna shocks Will by ordering him to get out. He skedaddles, beating a hasty retreat to Steffi's place. They all wonder where Luna could have gone. Sheila's surprised when Luna arrives at her place, saying she really squinched up. Hearing what went down, Sheila says it's not a surprise. Spencer Mensier ain't be trusted, she says, adding that Bill set an analogous trap for her not so long ago. But Luna knows who the blame should be placed on Steffi and only Steffi. Sheila tries talking sense into Luna but not passing. She labels what happened ambush and ruse, but also sends words that chill indeed. Sheila Steffi has no idea how big of a trouble I can be. Will and Electra go from Steffi's house to the design office in order to bandy what went down with Luna. He's sorry she had to watch him make out with Luna, but Electra knows it was a necessary wrong. Ridge and Taylor are sitting in the Forrester living room, still looking at her engagement ring and talking about her offer. When Taylor asks if he really didn't see it coming, he admits he didn't and Brooke wouldn't moreover. Eric enters, giving the brace an occasion to partake their news. Eric's response is muted, to say the least, before he realizes he needs to compliment them. Ultimately, he thanks Taylor for all the wisdom she's participated with the family over the times. Ridge and Taylor decide to go their separate ways, with him setting out to tell Brooke and her planning to tell Steffi. Taylor goes to the Precipice house and is affrighted to hear what happened with Luna. While talking to her mama, Steffi suddenly notices the big OL gemstone on her cutlet. Coming thing you know, it's Luna who, as talk turns to the engagement. We need this, insists Steffi. I need this commodity to celebrate. With that in mind, Taylor tells her agitated son details about the engagement. The commitment was formerly there, Tay say. We just demanded to put it into words. One CA helped wondering if Brooke would have gotten Ridge had she asked first. In the main office at Forrester Creations, Brooke is still weeping about Ridge's engagement. He arrives, and she looks sorely in his direction before admitting, I formerly know. She explains that Nick was at Il Giardino and eavesdropped Taylor's offer. Telling me face to face that you're committed to Taylor and not to me? She asks. Ridge insists he's there because he wanted to help Brooke from being hurt. Also undo it, she demands. He admits he'll always love Brooke, but he's moving on with his life. You're going backwards, Brooke says, believing he's doing this out of guilt and obligation. But he stands firm. My future is then, he sorely states before saying goodbye and walking out. Ridge playing lifeguard, Liam and Hope ignoring, and Finn putting Grace in the hot seat. Ridge nearly threw a fit when Eric told him about the ring Nick has in his fund, and ran off to stop the shenanigans. As for Brooke, she was enjoying being wined and dined by a man who only had eyes for her. Nick lapped up every moment he'd in her presence. After Ridge ran off, back at the hostel, Eric paced the bottom before deciding he demanded to advance a helping hand. He, too, ran off to find the couple. Ridge got to the wharf at the exact right moment to hear the boat workers talking about Nick's boat still not being fixed duly, and asked them to point him in the right direction. He scuffled over there as presto as those dressmaker legs could carry him. Unfortunately, by the time he set up them, the boat had left the wharf and Brooke wasn't picking up any of his calls. Upset for her safety, Ridge watched helplessly as Nick's boat went crazy and Brooke fell overboard. With that, he dove right into the water to save her. Hope spent the day toadying over Liam. She made sure he was comfy and watched for, and they talked about his recent fire. Substantially, Liam talked about the impact of being watched for by a Buckingham. Grace is his particular idol, but every time he says Dr. Buckingham, he flashes back to Reese, Wayne Brady, and the terror he put them through. He stole their child to pay off his gambling debts, for crying out loud. How can Grace be so good and her partner be so evil? Liam and Hope replayed all the horrifying moments from when they allowed. They lost Beth. All the gashes, the anguish, the trauma. He put them all through hell. It was only by sheer luck that they got her back. How can someone do commodities so heinous each in the name of plutocrat? Thankfully, Graces ain't like that, or so they presently still believe. They're veritably blessed to see facts come full circle, they agreed. Oh, if they only knew. Finn backed Grace into a corner. He demanded details and answers about Liam's surgery and his excrescence. And also he levied his shocking allegation the surgery wasn't necessary because there was no way excrescence at all. He refocused out all the holes in her story, including no bone. From the neuro platoon ever showing up, the shy reviews she transferred Bill, and that shady million bone. Payday. Finn also called Grace out on how much she's changed over the once many months. She's been on edge, stressed out, and shaky. Commodity is out. Also Finn dropped the biggest stunners of all, no bone. Differently in the sanitarium has any records of Liam's brain bleed or excrescence, and those lacerations aren't big enough to have been from any kind of operation. Grace had no choice but to break down and tell the verity. Yes, she faked the whole thing. She faked Liam's excrescence, the operation, and his recovery. She prevaricated about saving his life because it was no way in peril. But she had to. She had no choice. Her partner's gambling harpies hovered her and her daughters, however, they were going to hurt her girls if she didn't come up with a million bones. Finn was rendered speechless.